It is now my pleasure to introduce a very important video outlining the incredible role that is being played by multilateral development banks, supporting the mobilization of finance in favor of forests. So please, may we play the video now.
The Asian Development Bank recognizes that protecting nature is essential to addressing climate change and building prosperity for all. We endorse this common agenda to mainstream nature across our operations.
Without nature, we have no life. Without life, we have no people. Without people, we have no planet. Let us save nature, people, and the planet. Let us give back to nature, for nature preserves all of us. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, I'm pleased to endorse the joint statement of MDBs on nature, people, and planet launched at COP26 today. In financing infrastructure for tomorrow, AIIB prioritizes green infrastructure, including integration of nature-based solutions to support economic development in Asia and beyond.
I am Jean Leon, President of the Caribbean Development Bank. It gives me great pleasure to fully support the MDB joint statement on nature, people, and planet. We commit to work diligently with our borrowing member countries to invest in nature-based solutions for enhancing resilience and promoting sustainable livelihoods.
Nature is at the foundation of our civilization. In the past 30 years, EBRD has set environmental protection as a key priority. With this statement on nature, people, and planet, we commit to do more to preserve our collective natural capital.
The European Investment Bank endorses the commitments on nature made in the joint statement, which will necessitate the convergence of our respective climate and biodiversity agendas in order to effectively respond to the two planetary emergencies. EIB stands ready to partner globally to make it happen.
Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of the Islamic Development Bank, it is my pleasure to endorse the joint MDB statement on nature, people, and planet.
Once again, another very exciting commitment that we have brought you today. It is now my pleasure to bring forward the President of the Inter-American Development Bank, Maurizio Claver Caron, on the Multilateral Development Bank's commitment to the Nature Positive Agenda. Please, Maurizio, join us on the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you, Prime Minister Johnson, and greetings to all of my fellow distinguished participants. And let me begin by thanking the Government of the United Kingdom for the hospitality and for convening this meeting, which is so important for all of us. Today I am honored to represent a group of multilateral development banks that are committing to the goal of putting nature and climate at the heart of all the work we do. The banks signing today represent the leading edge of development assistance, and they include my own, the Inter-American Development Bank, the African Development Bank, the Asian Development Bank, the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, the Caribbean Development Bank, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, the European Investment Bank, the Islamic Development Bank, and of course, the World Bank Group. When the United Kingdom approached the IDB to lead the work in negotiating this joint statement on nature, people, and the planet, which we're endorsing today, it was really an important acknowledgement of two key points. First, that Latin America and the Caribbean plays a crucial role within the global imperative for bold action on climate change and nature. And second, it was an acknowledgement that the leaders hosting us today recognize the need to move from pledges to action, as we heard my friends President Duque and Prime Minister Motley so eloquently say on this stage. Most IDB countries are not major contributors to climate change, but more importantly, we're the biggest proponents of action to address it. Latin America and the Caribbean is both among the world's most biodiverse regions and the most at risk to climate impacts. And the ramifications of rising temperatures and the degradation of nature in our countries spill well beyond our borders. What happens in Latin America and the Caribbean affects the entire world. Climate change is jeopardizing the water and food sources that in our region nourish the world. They're endangering the CO2 sponges that are our rainforests, and they're threatening to unleash unprecedented climate-induced migration crises. Now, in recognizing this as an existential threat, all of us must be clear about the concrete actions required to protect Latin America, the Caribbean, and such, henceforth, the entire planet. Also, today serves as an acknowledgement of the IDB, of the Inter-American Development Bank's work. After a long history of advancing sustainable development models, we have redoubled our effort over the past year of my presidency to lead the climate and nature agendas focused on not words, rhetoric, but results. Not just commitments, but results. And that's precisely why action on climate change and biodiversity is enshrined at the core of our plan for the sustainable recovery and growth of Latin America and the Caribbean, what we call Vision 2025. For our region, as is the rest of the world, natural capital must be treated as the cornerstone of post-pandemic recovery, of an opportunity for a new era of sustainable, inclusive growth. And it's a fact that by protecting irreplaceable ecosystem services, we can create jobs, we can generate income, we can mobilize the private sector investment that is frankly essential to our hopes for a climate-positive future. It's a win-win-win. So we must acknowledge that every $1 million in nature-based investments creates more than 10 times the number of jobs that the equivalent would do of investment in fossil fuels. Again, it's a win-win. It's not a zero-sum game. Furthermore, we must leverage innovative financial tools and partnerships. We must generate bankable projects and tap into new resources to turn those statements into actions. And that's our goal. With today's signing, the MDBs are committing to further mainstream nature in our operations and in our strategies. And doing so is going to lead to more nature finance and more projects and instruments to reverse nature loss and promote the protection, restoration, and the sustainable use of resources. We affirm our goal to promote green financing tools and to build an understanding of dependencies in nature and the financial risks that are posed by nature loss. For the countries we serve in Latin America and the Caribbean, we are redoubling our pledges to help them develop policies, investment frameworks, and agreements that better value natural assets while also advancing climate goals. But we have to work together, including to support nature-based solutions within the nationally determined contributions and long-term strategies, such as the one, for example, that the IDB in France recently helped Colombia launch just here at COP26 yesterday. Today's MDB statement also underscores our goal to increasingly mobilize private finance for investments in nature. We at the IDB, we have an action plan to push well past Paris alignment and to help our countries do the same. In fact, our institution is taking the most aggressive approach in its 6-decade history on all of these fronts, from our growing Amazon initiative that emphasizes the bioeconomy, to blended finance models and accelerators that promote bio-businesses, and this is really exciting, to a new natural capital asset class which we just listed on the Natural and the New York Stock Exchange that's going to break all the old paradigms by rewarding countries and companies for nature-positive management. I get so excited I almost break the mic. And so anyway, like everyone here listening, I'm hopeful that this year's COP, that here, the international community is not only going to be signing names to goals or make yet another commitment, but instead that we're agreeing to take concrete and ambitious steps to realize the development potential of green and nature in recovery. And that's the message from the group of multilateral development banks here today. And the message is we must truly use our important commitments on nature and climate as catalysts for emboldened action and a new way of operating. So I, along with my colleagues, am proud to endorse this statement and to continue working with all the MDBs to realize ambitious results. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for speaking about turning words into action. There are many who have questioned the validity of these commitments, and let's be clear, we've gone far beyond any commitments ever made with regard to the protection of forests, the regeneration, and it is because of the efforts of both the public and the private sector that we have seen this come to fruition.